Okay, so I'm starting this paper. This is question number 8. And the question number states that there is a class of students that are developing a program to send data between your computers. Many computers are connected together to form a wide network. Serial ports are used to connect one computer to another. Each computer is assigned a unique three-digit number, has three ports, each identified by an integer value, is connected between one and three computers. Messages are sent between computers as a string of characters organized into fields as shown. STX, destination ID, source ID, data, and ETX. They have given me all of the descriptions of each of the value. For example, the following message contains the data hello Jack being sent from computer 202 to computer 454. Then you have STX value, you have the code, and then you have your ETX value. Each computer will run a copy of the same program. Each program will contain a global variable of my ID of ID type string, which contains the unique ID of the computer in which the program is running. The first two program modules are defined as follow. Get data, receive file. I am requested to write a pseudocode module for receive file. Module get data has already been written and must be used. I need to write a pseudocode for module receive file. Receive file is right here. First of all, it is saying that taking a file name as a parameter of type string, creating a text file with the file given name, no checking required, writes the data field returned by get data to the file, repeats until the data field is asterisk, which is not returned to the file, output a final message given the total number of characters returned to the file. Okay, so I have no value that is being getting back to me, and so this is going to be a procedure. And get data stating that returns the data field from a message that have been received. If no message is available, the module waits until one has been received. So first of all, I'm going to start this by writing it as a procedure. The name of the procedure is receive file. Receive file takes a file name as parameter of type string. I'm going to have it as a file name as parameter of your data type string. And what I need to declare, I need to create a text file with a given file name. So declaration is going to be your file data, your character count, and repeat until the data field is so which is not returned to the file. That means that it can be used in terms of a terminator or in terms of constant. So I can write here procedure receive file, and then I can work on to my declaration. Like first of all, declare whatever the file data you have, declare whatever the character count you have, and you have a constant as a terminator that is going to be considered as a terminator because it is to be added at the end of your text. So file data is definitely going to be of data type string. Your character count is going to be of your data type integer, and your terminator is going to be your stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, since this is question of a file handling, and in any question that states you regarding you want to open a file and you want to do any sort of activity onto that, the first thing that you need to do is that you need to open that file. So I'm going to write here, open file, whatever the name of your file is. And why are you opening that file? You are opening that file for writing. So you are opening your file in write mode, and you need to write uh, uh, open file name for write, and whatever the data is into this file, you need to have it retrieved from your get data. And you are not requested to write get data here because it has been already being used. And in the starting, your character count is considered as 0. Now you can apply the while loop here, that while your file data is not equals to the terminator, the asterisk that you have assigned above. That means you are requested to write your file, and you have to write that onto whatever is your file name and whatever is going to be your file data. And your character count is going to be considered as the value that is in your character count plus the length of whatever is written into your file data. And last, you have to have all of your file data retrieved back from your get data and end while. Close file, file name, and as per the question, it states that you are asked to retrieve a final message, that is, these characters were written to the file. So in the end, you can output your character count with the characters that were written to on whatever is going to be your file name and end procedure. The question actually stated that the first thing I need to do right here is that I need to take some file name as a parameter of type strings. I need to create a text file with the given file name. File name, I have taken that, and I need to write the data field that is retrieved or given to you by get data. And I need to keeps on repeating that until this terminator is not written at the end of the file. And at last, I need to output a final message given the total number of characters written to the file, like character count, like these numbers I have associated into my program with the variable character count, and characters were written to the new file.txt. So this is the code here. First of all is your declaration part, procedure. Then you have declared of your file data, character count, terminator. You have opened the file call, right, and you are retrieving all of the data that you have into your get data into your file data while your character count is 0. So similarly, while file data is not equal to terminator, which means that it is not at the end of the file, you are requested to write the file, and your character count should be equals to character count plus length of file data, because that is what it was written into the question. You need to retrieve the data back into file data and by close file, and at the end, whatever the value is here at char count, you need to print that with the following message that was provided to you right here. Do you have any queries in this?
नहीं, इसमें कोई भी इशू नहीं है।
B part says that the use of strings, as explained in the module, receive a description for receive file may cause a problem. Explain the problem and suggest a solution. Any guesses?
नहीं।
One problem I can have is that if the file being sent contains a line of strings like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means the file being written by receive file will end at this point, or you can also say that the data that is after that will be lost. what can be the solution for that? The solution can be that you can select a different terminator string or characters that does not occur in your file. You can also write that you can read the file at you can even you can even send an initial message which defines the number of lines in the file. Sending initial message to define the number of lines. In this C part, it says that now two new modules are defined which allow two users to exchange messages, transmit or chat. Each program contains a global variable. Messages are organized into fields, and I am requested to write the pseudocode module for chat. Module get data and transmit must be used. Transmit takes two string, a string represent a port name, transmit the message, but this is already written. In chat, I need to take two parameters, string and a destination ID. An integer representing a port number. Sorry. ये वाला है. String representing a destination ID, integer represent port number. Extract the data from received message, get data and output it from a message. Use data input by the user and send it repeats until send string is by. अच्छा जी, इसमें कोई भी आउटपुट तो आ नहीं रहा है, तो मैं यहाँ से इसको स्टार्ट करता हूँ. सबसे पहले आई एम गोइंग टू डिक्लेयर इट एज माय प्रोसीजर, and the procedure is going to be chat, and it is going to take as input destination with the data type string and port as integer as stated into the question. A string representing a destination number and integer representing a port number. And what I'm going to declare right here is going to be my data, because it says that extract data from the received message. And I'm going to declare finished, and then I have a terminator right here, which is by, and two values as well, which is stx and etx, that is the starting and the ending of your message. So I'm going to write here declare first of all, it is going to be your data with the data type string. Then it is going to be finished with data type boolean. Then you have some constant values that is going to be considered as your terminator, and that value is going to be as by, and you have other constant value as well, which is stx, and the value of stx given into the question is 2 and 3. stx value is a character 2, and constant etx value is character 3. So since you have declared finished as boolean, first of all, it is going to be declared as a false, because if a statement becomes true, so I need to work on to that. After that, I am going to start it as my repeat until loop, and first of all, I'm going to have all of the data from my get data as per the question. Get data, output data, and if your data have the terminator that you assign into the question as by, then what you need to do is you need to set your finished as your true, because your program will not run after that, and if. But similarly, what if the case is that if it is not finished and you have not that terminator into your question, so you are going to input your data and you are going to transmit that data using the same sequence as stated into the question. The sequence into the question is HTX. After HTX, you have your destination. After destination, you have your my ID. After my ID, you have your data. And after your data, you have your ETX along with your port number. So, and if your data is equals to terminator, then you need to output your finished as true, and if and you need to keeps on doing that until your finished is true and procedure. So this is the question. The question stated that you need to take two parameters, string representing a destination ID and integer representing a port number. You have done that. You have extracted the message from your get data and even output it as well. You have formed the message using data input by the user. You have done that as well and send it to using transmit as well. And you have even repeated it until the output string or the send string is your terminator value. So this is your solution. Do you have any queries in this?
नहीं, इसमें तो कोई इशू नहीं है, लेकिन आप एक सेकंड इसको होल्ड कर लें ताकि मैं नोट डाउन कर लूं एंड की lines।
जी बेटा, I will send you the screenshot of this so you can do that. No hurry in this. मतलब I did not do this all of this by my own. For example, you can ask me like, sir, for example, you have written this right here. Then why are you doing that back same again? I'm not doing it myself. The question stated that you need to extract the data from the received message and output that. Then you need to format data and you need to input by the user. And then again, you need to keeps on entering that until that statement is true. Allow me to complete the question, then I'll send you this as well. So the last is that I have the module get data that returns a data field from a message that has been received. If no message is available, the module waits until one has been received. Explain the limitation of the module chat from part C. Describe a modification to get data to address this limitation. Now, what should I do to address this limitation? I can say that in terms of limitation that your get data does not return a value until a message is received. This is the limitation as stated into the question. But if message has been sent, user has to wait for a reply. This is the limitation for that. And what can be the modification? I can modify that. For example, if no response, it must allow the receiver to exit your chat at any time. Or I can also say that your get data, which is a module, it should return a suitable message. So I am repeating it back again. It says that there is a module. The name of the module is get data, and it is returning the data field from a message that has been received. If no message is available, the module waits until one has been received. That means that you have a limitation. That means that you have to wait. So what is the limitation? I said that your get data is not returning a value until it is receiving a message, and even if the message is received, you have to wait till that. So what modification you can do to prevent this from this limitation? So I've written that if no response, allow the receiver to exit. If no response, then you should must allow the receiver to exit chat at any time, and your get data should return a suitable message. So you should know that uh, that there is no response from the receiver. So do you have any queries in this?